Alrighty, guys. We are back. We're all tied up. 1-1. Got a good old match in our hands tonight, Finergy. It's an exciting one.
Oh, 100% it has been.
In the draft now, seeing a lot of picks that we saw earlier in our previous games. The Irelia and the Ezreal both going to get banned away from Element here. On the other side, the Mordekaiser and the Fiora going to get banned out. Gwippo banning his own Fiora. A little bit interesting. I guess maybe Tygoon plays it as well. It's going to be the Trundle. First picked here for Ishtar this time around. A champion who has not made an appearance yet tonight.
Watch your Grundle. Here comes Trundle.
Yeah, definitely some high priority on the Troll this time around. Pretty interesting. See if I can find some stats here for you guys. Nobody's really like a huge. Oh, I take it back. I tell a lie. Chicken the Wing actually has Trundle as his most played down there. Trundle support incoming, perhaps. What do we think?
I have not seen it really. I don't know. Maybe for seasons. I couldn't even tell you the last season I've seen Trundle support.
Oh, it was floating around a little bit last season. I'm pretty sure. I think it was maybe a Senna lane. I don't quite remember, but it was a thing not that long ago. I don't think we've seen it really very much this season, or really at all. And there is the Nautilus, so it will be Trundle in the jungle and the Nautilus for the chicken wing. But a couple of AP heavy Yordles drafted by Element and some very strong scaling already. The Veigar and the Ziggs. That is very interesting. It's a lot of AP.
Yeah.
What do you think about those lock-ins?
I would love to see a full Yordle comp just for the meme,
Oh
but
man,
they won't do it. They won't do it.
Yeah, it's the Yordle synergy, right? TFT. That all
Yes.
their abilities are cost 50% less mana, I believe.
Yeah.
Would be the buff there. So it could be pretty powerful for MG Element, but we'll see what they decide to go for. Is the Zeri here for Team Ishtar, so that is pretty exciting. Very powerful in the meta right now. Also haven't seen the Zeri yet tonight, but I mean Frostbite. He's been the carry in the last couple of games, and now he has got the latest hyper carry, the brand new latest version here in the Zeri. See what he can get done with that. Gonna be the Jarvan locked away here for runner 90 this time. So gonna snatch that away from Voperto, although presumably he's happy on the troll regardless.
They did ban Zillion out this game.
Yeah, gonna see the Clockman hit the bench here. Gonna be denied from Face to the Wind. It was Zillion 2 games in a row, right? For Face to the Wind. So he will have to pull out something else now.
They are leaving his Victor open at the moment though.
That's true, yeah. The Victor still available. Maybe that's going to be the second ban here. Just target towards the mid laner. Could also ban away a top laner if you're worried about something like the Mordekaiser. Oh, the Mordekaiser's already banned.
There's
Yeah,
the
it
Victor
would be the
ban. I wonder if they're listening to stream. Ghosted.
Well, they banned the Victor last game too, so we actually got the idea from them.
The Nami ban? How dare you, sir? Nami is Bay, Nami is life. How dare you?
She may be, but she will not be in this game. So I'm gonna see what kind of support we want to go for. The Shen locked in for Element here. This is a flex pick. This could go support or top lane. So very nice R4 here for MG Element. Still maintaining some flexibility in the draft. Gonna want to see what Ishtar round things out with. They have the Zeri for their hyper carry now. See if they want to go full in on support the Frostbite comp again. Some more frontline locked in here for Tygoon.
There's no way.
What will the mid pick be for Face to the Wind? His Victor, his Zillion have both been banned away. See what else he plays there. He plays Vladimir, Veigar, the Corki. Yeah, is there. But the Corki, unfortunately, does not have a great win rate for Face to the Wind. Only 43% across 23 games for the Corki. So not necessarily his best pick, but maybe it's something that they feel like is going to work well here in the composition. Is going to offer that magic damage that they needed, and is going to scale very well alongside the Zeri. And that is a Vayne last pick for Out of Blue, I think. or maybe it's a Vayne top. What's going on here for MG Element Finergy? Can you break this down for us?
Honestly,
Who's
I don't
going
know.
top?
I want to say it's going to be. I actually don't know. This is so.
It's hard to say, right? It's a little tricky.
I
We'll find out pretty soon. My
I'm
money's
gonna
on Vayne top. I
I'm gonna
think
say
Dwippo is
Vayne
going to take
Vayne
the Vayne
top.
top.
I'm saying
There it
Vayne
is.
top, Shen
Into the
support.
Dr. Mundo. It makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense, actually. The
yeah.
Mundo does have a pretty strong interaction. He cannot be condemned if in the 1v1 because it's Vayne's only CC. So Mundo will always have the spell shield. He cannot be condemned in the 1v1, but the Vayne is going to be pretty effective at killing the Mundo, condemn or no condemn. So those silver bolts going to do a lot of work against the health stacking doctor up there. And that means, Finergy, that we are going to have uh
I think it's Shen
uh
support, right?
well, that's what I was about to say,
Yeah.
but Venom just locked in the Shen for mid lane.
Huh. Maybe a no, it wouldn't be a trade. Venom? I don't know. I'm kind of thrown. Unless they're getting a lot of pressure from Jarvan on mid lane,
It's River Shen mid edition.
you got
Usually
me.
the River Shen is actually played from the jungle position, but this is a different look, and I must admit I am intrigued.
Yeah, I'm a little perplexed by this, honestly.
Also that, yeah, also that definitely. Lots of feelings right now for both of us, I think. But let's talk about some other lanes, because I think mid lane is just going to be a little bit of a mystery here until we actually see how things start playing out. Let's talk about bot lane. So we've got the Ziggs Veigar, the double artillery Yordle bot lane. Pretty exciting. The Nautilus over here for Chicken Wing, but pair up alongside the Zeri this game. Not necessarily a very strong duo in the laning phase. And with the Veigar cage to contend with, I have to imagine that the Nautilus is not going to have a whole lot of looks, a whole lot of opportunities here in the early portion game. But how do you think that bot lane is really going to play out?
I feel like it's definitely in the favor of MG, in my opinion. Like you said,
Yeah,
there's
you
not a
like
lot
the
of
Yordles?
there's not a lot of synergy between Zeri and Nautilus, and I feel like between Zig Satchel and Vagar Cage, it kind of keeps them at bay a lot.
That's certainly true, but Zeri doesn't really necessarily want or need to have a lot of action early on in that bottom lane. She's very content to just farm it out and pick up those items and just kind of make it to the late game team fights with as little action as possible. Is really, she's gonna kind of be big chilling down there. The question is really, can Chicken Wing manage to not get caught out by the event horizon? And also, of course, the Ziggs and the Veigar are going to be scaling very nicely as well. So that is something else to consider. If we just want to talk about the compositions as a whole, do you have strong feelings one way or the other? Do you think one of our teams won draft for our third and final game of the night?
I feel like late game, I really do like Ishtar's team because Corky really can just do so much. But it really is just going to depend. I mean, does Corky hit a good package? Does he get picked? If he gets picked, do they even have a stand a chance?
Yeah, really, gonna be interesting to watch for here, guys. It all comes down to this: our third game of the night, first match of week 5. A little bit of an unorthodox look here with the mid Shen for Venom coming out from MG Element, doing something a little bit different, going up against something pretty much tried and true for Team Ishtar. Faced with the Wind and Frostbite on the late game scaling hyper carries, everybody else on front line to make sure they can be protected and set up for success. Game 3, folks, right after this. Don't miss it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Looks good here. Alrighty, folks, we are back for our third game of the night. So once again, we have swapped sides. We're seeing Ishtar returning to the blue side, and we are seeing MG Element back on red side. And what is this? Finergy looks like a little bit of a 5-man coming through from Ishtar.
Tests some different pathing. I usually don't see the 5-man slippity slide in top
Yeah, very,
side.
very sneaky. They haven't done anything like this yet this game. The Dredgeline connects, gets the flash. Very nice. Gwippo barely able to react in time there, even after the Dredgeline connecting, but able to buffer the flash. Just barely able to keep himself alive there. A very, very close call for the Vayne. A death at level 1 would be very, very bad news for Gwippo up there, but fortunately, he'll be able to stay alive. But even just getting that flash is such a big deal, right? Because Gwippo wants to be pushing in this Mundo, wants to be pressuring him underneath his tower. And if you're pushing forward with no flash, you're going to set yourself up to get Trundle pillared very, very easily. So, big plays.
That's what I'm expecting to see.
Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm expecting to see again. I feel like these teams really do win and lose these games through their top side.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we've been seeing these last couple of games. I mean, the bot lanes have been scrapping a little bit, and they have certainly been very relevant in the team fights later on. But yeah, these top lanes have really been what is blowing these games open. And really, really interesting. It's the lethal tempo for Gwippo and the Vayne, the phase rush, and the ghost for Tygoon on the Mundo. So really, really prioritizing that movement speed, and gonna try and kite out this Vayne, or potentially catch this Vayne in any kind of 2v1 situation.
Hey.
Venom with a nice taunt there. Yeah, nice favorable trade on the mid Shen here at level 2.
Yeah. Not what I was expecting to see.
Yeah. It's running the Grasp of the Undying there in mid lane against the Corki. Bold choice, but I mean, he's already procced it once. There it is, he gets the taunt again. Face the Wind able to Valkyrie away this time, so not going to take too much damage from that one, but Venom clearly showing he knows what he's doing here, but that's the event horizon going to come down.
Satchel.
Beautiful satchel charge for Trick in the Wing. Still has the dredge line. Oh, but the EQ connects from under 90, forces the flash out from the Zeri as well. And now a huge summoner spell advantage for MG Element in that bot lane.
If that was runner here, I'd be like, alright guys, I've set you up, you kind of have to do something here.
Face the Wind is learning. The first taunt lands, Venom gets the autos afterwards. Second taunt lands, but he doesn't get the autos, and now the third taunt is balked away from. So the Corki very quickly figuring out that Shen isn't.
Oh no!
Dive. Yeah, Vayne is going to go for the Condemn on the Troll, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Tygoon going to take one more tower shot and will get traded back. First Blood did go over to Voperto on the Trundle, so he is going to get an extra 100 gold for that. And that is a big minion wave denied to the Vayne, who does not have teleport. So still a very favorable look for Voperto, but good on Gwippo to get a kill back there.
Yeah, I think it's best case scenario for him.
Oh, that taunt does land. Venom able to get a lot of damage down onto the Cork there. Will eventually get the Valkyrie away, but Face of the Wind has been forced to use that Valkyrie quite a lot, and he's running out of mana. Okay, Voperto going to make his way to the mid lane now. Venom trying to push that wave up. He is relatively tanky on the Shen. Will be able to make it back to his tower. He has his Veigar and his Jarvan actually both in the area, hovering around right now. Not going to look for anything. It's like the Shen just wants to get to the level 6 mark for the most part.
I mean, I guess the positive side for Face of the Wind here is he did go teleport. And Shen actually went Ignite, so I think he really is just trying to look for that kill lane pressure.
Really interesting choice. I mean, there's, I think, a school of thought among some Shen players where they just don't think teleport is good on Shen because he has the built-in teleport with his ultimate. and just not really valuing that ability to go for the back-to-back teleports, if you will. But prioritizing the Ignite here definitely is interesting. I guess it's going to be good later on if he can get the Ignite down onto somebody like the Mundo or the Trundle, who is going to be healing a lot in these team fights. It's going to be a nice source of grievous wounds for them, but it definitely does feel like a little bit of an odd choice in this lane against the Corki.
Yeah, I agree. He's not getting kills early. I just don't think he's really going to have the same presence in the game without it. But I could be wrong. I could eat my words.
Definitely going to go wide this time. Boperto was waiting in the wings for the gank there. Event Horizon is going to come down. Satchel Charge as well. And disengage very, very clean for the Magic Yordles. Another taunt going to land. And remember how I said Face to the Wind was running out of mana? Well, he's completely out now. That was that was his last spell, that Gatling gun. Does still have the teleport. So we can get that free reset at some point here. Hanging around for now. Okay, Boperto gonna look for another gank. Gonna find the pillar here. And no taunt. Does have flash. Really use it as the dodge zone. Oh, that's Zeri gonna get satchel charged out of the dark matter. Is exhausted now, but looking like she's gonna be able to make it onto the tower. The Vigor Cube doesn't quite connect there, and Frostbite just barely manages to stay alive.
A little bit of a miscalculation on abilities there.
Yeah, a little bit of anti-synergy coming through from the Magic Yordles. Very tragic.
It was just a matter of speaking.
Yeah, not able to find it that time around. They do get a nice, comfortable reset for themselves, and the stun from Chicken Wing there was definitely very valuable in ensuring that Frostbite was able to make his way out to safety. Good note from production there. If only we had the replay to take another look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Still props to Chicken Wing. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have both of the neutral objectives alive here pretty shortly. Synergy. Dragon number 1 still on the table. Rift Herald spawning 30 seconds. Shen level 7 now has not found an opportunity.
Ballsy play.
United.
Boperto solo in it.
Well, he does have his bot lane moving up there, so they're gonna come in and help out. Runner 90's in the area though. Could be another flipperino. Boperto pretty low actually on the Trundle. Into the pit goes Jarvan. Not gonna be able to find the kill, but here comes Stand United. Shen gonna make his way over here for the play, but Jarvan going to be the first casualty. Boperto flashing out, staying alive. Venom now trapped in the pit. Gonna get hooked back in with the dredge line. He's flashing out, trying to get to safety, but he's gonna eat a few rockets now on his way out. Shen run out of HP. When does the taunt come back up? Cooldown. One more auto's gonna finish him off. Frostbite picks up number 2. Now over the wall, a decent amount of damage coming out from the Veigar, but it's not enough. And it's going to be the side of Team Ishtar picking up the neutral objective and a couple of kills on top. Whippo now, though, popping the Ghost, popping the final hour, but the Ghost response from the Mundo, and he is going to very easily walk that one out.
Yeah, just a little bit of food for thought there, all puns intended. Chicken the Wing, he said he likes his wings dredged. Just throwing the dredge lines out all game.
Nice, good one. Yeah, it's the Nautilus. Getting a lot of value here so far, definitely. The Chicken Wing clearly comfortable on this pick. Now we're seeing the junglers once again spot each other out next to this neutral objective. Grundle once again with the priority. Definitely wins out in the 1v1, but Taigu does not win out in this 1v1. Is going to be able to pop the maximum dosage, but you do not want to go back in there, Mundo. Vayne is looking pretty scary at this point.
Not even that far in either yet. That's the rough part.
Absolutely. It's not going to get necessarily any easier for the doctor up there. I prescribe playing safe. That is the That is going to be the Rift Herald startup for Boperto up there on the Trundle. Jarvan is once again in the area. No top laner for Ishtar means a contest here would not necessarily be the worst idea in the world. Shen does not have the ultimate, but he does have a move window. And yeah, it's going to be Boperto just giving that one up. He realized he didn't have enough priority in the area. He's not going to be given anything over to MG Element here. So Ooh, Dredgeline couldn't connect that time. A little bit of a caster curse there, perhaps.
Yeah, just he was just winging it. That's all.
The rare dry wing there, not sauce. And here it is. There's the sauce. We got the sauce coming out. Oh, with the Mega Inferno sauce. This is gonna completely obliterate Frostbite. The Zeri should have really been a little bit more careful there. Just gets completely blown away. And Chicken the Wing will be able to survive with a flash underneath the tower. But Jarvan was here for the knock up into the dunk, into the kill for Vayne. 2-1 now for Gwippo up there. And he is going to be able to pick up a couple of plates afterwards as well, though Tygoon does have the teleport. Going to be able to make it back up there in 15 seconds. But now this is absolutely a herald window for Runner 90 on the Jarvan. Trundle, meanwhile, we're going to look for a play down here on bot side. Oh, the satchel charge into the event horizon. Well, here comes the Stand United now. Aelin going to flash right, staying alive, and there's the taunt. Beautiful setup from Venom. The River Shen from the mid lane, making it happen. Out of blue now, just getting a lot of good damage down onto the Zeri there as well. Another kill going over to MG Element down here on this bottom side. And your prediction for the Magic Yordles winning out down here turned out to be right on the money.
It's hard to really get anything to happen there. Oh, good.
But the Redline does connect. Checking the wing with another nice blend of spices there on that one, but not quite able to secure the kill. Wasn't quite able to fully enjoy that meal.
No, not quite. It was just an appetizer.
Yeah, just a taste, really. Teleport back. Go ahead.
I do like seeing this Jarvan play, though. He really just pretty much told them, said, America runs, and everyone asked, what does America run? It runs on Duncan.
Ah, you're just on fire right now, man. Damn. Loving it. We are going to have the second dragon in a little over 30 seconds. See if we want to use that Rift Herald to get some priority here. You only got about 90 seconds left on plate, so going to need to drop that one pretty soon here as Runner 90.
So they still have some time. I think right now they're just trying to prep for Dragon.
Absolutely. Both junglers down here towards this bottom side. Both bot lanes. Starting to move into the river. Get a little bit of vision down. Wing able to clear out that ward on the tri-brush. Be able to move in towards the river brush now as well. And Quirky, I believe, with the package. Runner 90 going in, though, with the EQ. Gonna get locked up by the Nautilus. Flashing back over the wall to keep himself alive. But now Aelin, a little bit in no man's land here. Gonna get finished off by that last rocket. Actually, Frostbite somehow got the last hit there.
The overcharge.
Oh, yeah, the Zeri ultimate. Does that actually do damage on activation?
It does, yeah.
Haven't actually read the ability yet. But yeah, that makes sense. Frostbite
it's like
now
when
able
you
to
stick a
pick
fork in an outlet is what it's like.
Okay, yeah, that's thematic. Okay, I get it. But yeah, that's a Zeri with 3 kills, and is gonna be feeling really, really strong. It has 2 dragons to her name as well. That's a Hextech soul that we're gonna have coming through here, Finergy. That opens up a lot more possibilities now, of course, with the Hex Gates. And also a Hextech Soul, potentially, for Corki and Zeri is utterly terrifying.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, that's a beautiful pillar.
Wow.
They're not going to get the blade synergy. They waited too long to drop Shelly. She's not even going to get the charge. Forget plates. She can't even get near a turret.
Oh my gosh.
Roberto, right place, right time.
Yeah.
Nice pillar there. And he's moving up towards this vein now. Whipple's going to pop the final hour. Typhoon is right on HP to put it into the last hit. The Stand United as well. Runner 90, we won't talk about that EQ because we're still dunking. America's still running, and Vayne's still killing. 4-1 now for Gwippo. And it's the side of MG Element able to claim the gold lead and looking real good here in Game 3.
I'm just really trying to see what's going to happen here, honestly. I mean, this bot lane, you're right, Frostbite a lot of these times is really just kind of what's keeping them afloat. And I know that Corky will do great later. He's kept himself alive. He's going to keep scaling, but it only takes one misstep.
Yeah. Winner 90 is clearly not afraid, you know, to go for these engages, and the team has been fantastic so far following those up. Hiller is almost very, very good there. Runner 90 is going to get the slow, and he is going to get taken out. Kill going over to the Mundo this time around. So hopefully he's going to be able to get a little bit tankier. But Whippo on the Vayne was actually already able to completely take out that tier 1 in the top lane. And we talked a little bit earlier on, Finergy, about how important that top lane is, how important it's been so far in this series. And Vayne has Whippo on the Vayne has really been set up for success here in Game 3.
You already know that. I mean, literally, bot lane, you got dual mages. They're gonna play. They can play safe. They can poke. They can do really what they need to. Mid lane, Corky usually is just gonna go about 50-50 in this lane. I mean, he'll probably have a little bit of a CS advantage for most of the game. He'll scale better than Shen, but then you still have the X factor, which again is the top lane. Every single time we've watched these two teams so far.
Absolutely. And, you know, I just want to really briefly, actually, okay, teleport going to come down here from the Mundo. Tygoon has the spell shield, but still going to get locked up by the event horizon because the satchel charge knocked off the spell shield out of blue, though, flashing away into the river brush. It's not going to keep him alive. Frostbite is here on the Zeri for the cleanup. Aelin will fall as well as a double kill now, 5-1 for Frostbite, and the gold lead swaying back over to Team Ishtar. It's anybody's game still, Finergy.
Frostbite said a little bit of overcharge damage there. You need to pay your electric bill. I'm here to collect.
Just forks in all the outlets there as Runner 90 now. EQ under the tier 2 will survive for now, but this is a power play. This is very similar to actually what we saw from MG Element last game when they were committing numbers to this bot lane push. And it's going to be the tier 2 going down there in that bottom lane in favor of Team Ishtar, able to pick that one up. Whippo trying to trade it back, but Tygoon is able to clear out that minion wave in time. Now the reset's coming through. Hextech Soul Point potentially in 1 minute's time. And with that deep push in the bottom side, it's going to be really difficult, I think, for MG Element to retake control over their bot side jungle here. If I say that, Out of Blue going to walk in and clear out that vision. So they will make it into the river at least. But how will this team fight play out?
I mean, I feel like runners had good positioning, and really, you know, if Vayne can stay in the right positioning on these fights, I feel like that MG just wins.
Absolutely huge to point out. Yeah, for the first time, Whippo has made the rotation down from top lane. He's joined up with the team for this fight in the bot side river at the third dragon. Let's see now.
United on Shen too.
Yep, Ishtar moving in, but Venom is ready to join at a moment's notice. It's going to be a 5v5 down here. Does Face to the Wind have package on Corky? I don't believe he does. That's Trundle trying to move forward. Event Horizon comes down, Face to the Wind. There he is, packaged.
Oh my god!
I think gets taken out. Winner 90 goes in with the Cataclysm. Metro Perco trying to trade back already. The carry's already taken out for MG Element, and Face to the Wind. The backline is cleaning up this fight. Frostbite untouched on the Zeri. It's a triple kill for quadra kill for Face to the Wind on the Corky. They're going to secure Hextech Soul Point, and Ishtar now in full control in Game 3.
A breaking wind on Face to the Wind there, just pushing the limits. What Corky really can do.
He just carpet bombed basically the entirety of MG Element there. What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm trying to go for the fart euphemism. It's not.
Oh yes. The I don't know. It's not a Dutch oven either. It's not that either.
I don't know. I lost it. I lost the thread. I can't keep up with you. Your puns are too good. We are seeing a Rip Herald start up here. It's almost despawned, actually. It almost timed out, but it was actually MG Element able to slink in there at the last second and lock that one down. Looks like they might just go ahead and drop it in mid lane here straight away. They have Ziggs here. Would really like to take out this tier 1 tower, but the defense is present. for
They saw the big
Ishtar.
satchel. They're just gonna take it. Yeah.
Corky is here. There is no minion wave for Element. The charge does go through, but the turret still stands. Ziggs cannot get close enough to lay down the satchel charge. The defense stands strong for Ishtar. They push Element back. Look at the side lanes. That bot lane wave is actually just crashing into the tier 3 tower right now. And the tempo is so much in favor of Ishtar, they're just going to move straight over here towards the Baron, and they're just going to start it up, Energy.
I think what you were looking for was the term crop dust, pretty much.
That's what I was looking for, yes.
He's farming the team. He's farming the team, and he's just crop dusting everybody around him.
Okay, runner 90 into the pit, but very, very early. Goes for the Cataclysm. Only onto the Nautilus, though. Able to flash out and stay alive. No casualties yet. That's the Ziggs bomb actually able to take out the enemy support. Dead United now, but it's not enough to save the front. So many low health bars over here for Ishtar.
Oh
my God! Is gonna get taken out, but Zeri kites it back. Frostbite is still alive. He's the whole team Finergy. He's still shooting. He's still gunning. He's still running. Venom and out of blue, forced to retreat now.
Don't do it, Tygoon.
Making his way back into the fight. Chucks out a bone saw. Not going to connect. Frostbite out of HP. Not going to be able to continue the fight here. It's a 3-for-3 in the top side river. Very, very chaotic team fight. It's Ishtar still able to hold on to the gold lead for now.
Yeah, I mean, what is intriguing me more here is just, even if you see Face to the Wind die there, Zeri's going to have a huge back from gold, and literally, I'm pretty sure that Face to the Wind still had gold to spend.
Yeah. Go for lose on the Corky this game, the AP poke Corky. Interesting choice. I don't know if that's, right or wrong necessarily. Just interesting. What do you think about the AP Corky this game? Pretty more common, I think.
I do see Ludens be a pretty common start for him a lot of times, and they're really just going to run it back.
Yeah, they just ran straight back to Baron, and they're just going to start it up once again here. They do have teleport on the Mundo, so Tygoon can get here immediately. Here
whoa.
The teleport, a very aggressive teleport.
Alone.
Yes, the Ghost as well, and the maximum Ghost, he's so fast, just immediately zooms out of there. Baron is still leashed, down to 50%, checking the wing, not going to find the dredge line. They were just looking for the turn. It's going to be Ishtar backing away. They have their side lanes to deal with now themselves. Going to use the head down bot, clear that out. It's going to be finally this tier 1 in the mid lane claimed by the Ziggs on the back of that failed Baron start.
Walking up like Indiana Jones with that power of the satchel, just throwing it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing some exploring here, trying to explore more of the map, find some treasure in some more places. Oh, the Ziggs. Open up some more territory there. XXO 40 seconds, Finergy. Baron alive as well. So the side of Ishtar actually do have options.
They can ward up and just have presence over and control over this entire dragon right now.
Yeah.
But the problem is, do you trade then? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's MG Element are congregating actually on the top side, so there doesn't look like they want to contest for the dragon, but they are threatening the Baron. I think they might just start it up here. Yeah, there was a ward that did spot out this start, so Ishtar know what the situation is, but this Baron is going down very quickly.
He's going to be looking for the pack. He's just going to poke. That's what they're looking for.
Baron's already down to 50%. Frendel's not coming. This will be Baron, secured for MG Element, and no casualties. So Baron buff in exchange for the Hextech Soul. What do we think about this decision, Finergy?
I honestly think there was Infernal Soul. It would be a little bit more impressive. I do like Hex Soul, but I honestly, I think they'll be fine on the side of MG. I think they're going to translate all this over to really just getting excessive gold around the map. And I don't know if it'll matter.
They're still down about 1.5k right now. See what they can get at the end of this Baron. Tier 2 top lane is history. 4 men strong here on the push. Venom off in mid lane with the Scan United ready to go. Just gonna be the back away for now. Can't continue the siege any farther. All of these Ishtar members nice and healthy.
They really do have to respect those Corky ults. I mean, those rockets just get so rough to deal with.
see Vagar chunk very low there just from a couple of skill shots landing.
Say that damage came out of the blue, right?
Oh, this is brutal. That was brutal. You just have no mercy tonight.
Oh, I don't know. And I mean, you see Tygoon really doing what he needs to do best here, just being the goon, being the hero, and wearing the cape that nobody wants to look at.
He's very fast, like any good hero. Super speedy with that ghost.
I mean, what option does he have really right now? Somebody has to be the martyr this game, really. And playing into Vayne, it's no exception.
Good old Vayne top. Every top laner's favorite matchup, right?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
It's like the best. Yeah, Whippo gonna make his way back down mid lane, gonna join up with the team here. They, I feel like they haven't gotten a whole lot with this Baron yet. They got one tower so far. I don't really know if that's worth a Hextech soul. I'm gonna go with no on that one.
Not yet, no. I would agree, no. It's as it stands, no.
They're really struggling to get anything else done here. The defense seems pretty impervious. Frostbite is just standing in mid lane, one-shotting minion waves, and his entire team is just standing around him, refusing to let him die. So it's just a bit of a tough situation for Element. They don't really have a way in at the moment, it seems.
Yeah, it may have been a slight miscalculation on the side of MG just to give them that.
Yeah. Zeri is on 3 items now with the Hextech Soul. That is just, it's so hard to play against this. It's so difficult. The slows as well are so annoying.
I mean, you still have all these summoners up on MG's side, though. You still have, you can go for a Shen Taunt, a Swag Flag, Flash Knockup.
The poke is just going to keep raining down if MG Element don't do something here. If they just stand mid lane in this 5v5 stare down, they will just eventually passively lose. Like, they will just die. And that is what we see happening right now. The health bars are steadily dropping for MG Element here. They are going to be forced back to their base. And now we may see the push come through from Ishtar. Really slowed down here. Both of the teams playing very carefully now. Just, you know, some more NA RAM happening. Really superb display of that play style here tonight.
I can respect the Venom pick on Shen, though.
We're gonna get by bringing up runner 90 going into the back of the box here. Inferno Bomb. Jarvan gets one shot, and the Inferno Bomb did get some people very low, but he's gonna kill anyone. Whippo dashing forward, has the Stand United Shield, gets the kill onto the enemy marksman. He's dashing forward. The Corki damage is too much. Corki is just too strong at this point in the game. The big one gets the double kill.
Shen cosplaying there, that was definitely a disappearing act of the ninja. I mean, he clearly still there. He has to be.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's in the death chamber. He will be for 20 seconds. It was a 3-for-1 in the mid lane there for the side of Ishtar, but their health bar is definitely the worse for wear here. Took a lot of damage from that Ziggs, and of course Whippo was very scary there as well. They were able to win out. They were not able to get any more turrets. But still, you know, they're just going to continue to scale Finergy. They're still going to have Hextech Soul. They still have Corki and Zeri. It's I don't know. It's kind of grim for MG Element at this point, I think. I mean, Vayne can always win the game if she just 1v9s and just kills everyone. But, like, it's real tough. She's heavily outranged. There's a Nautilus that is just consistently knocking her into the air. It's difficult. They're gonna go for the Fnatic run.
Oh, okay.
It's going in now, the Event Horizon. Nautilus is just dead. He cannot escape. One kill picked up.
Oh,
Big is up, and there's a big one over the wall. That's a lot of damage. And right before these objectives spawn, the numbers advantage may be held by Element, but the health advantage absolutely held by Ishtar.
I think if they get Elder, that I'm pretty sure Ishtar just wins.
Oh yeah, I mean it is a game-ending buff. That is the way it was designed. So I think certainly they should win if they manage to secure that one.
It's,
but they're not. They're very hesitant right now to push into the river. They want to try and wait for their Nautilus, I
The
think.
Corky package.
Corky has the package, but Elder Dragon is going to be spawning now. It is now alive on the rift. Nautilus has respawned, taking the Hex Gate, looking to rejoin with the team, and now we see Ishtar making their movement. Runner 90 going in with the Cataclysm. Corey face the wind packages away, but Volpair to the jungler will be sacrificed. Venom gets traded back though, and Jarvan, both junglers get taken out. The Event Horizon is good. Lots of CC. Can Grifo get it done? No, as soon as he walks up, he gets absolutely blown away. And that is going to be the 5-for-1. Another massive teamfight win for Ishtar in the river. And they will complete the 2-1 victory, Finergy, over MG Element. 190 is in 15 seconds, but I just don't think the Jarvan can hold. They're going to have Vhagar as well. There are some low health bars here.
I guess you could say if Venom was the potency that they had to deal with, then Dr. Mundo was the antidote.
He was the cure for MG Element in this game. They have been cleansed from the top of the standings as the Nexus falls, and Team Ishtar, with a massive win, will look to make a name for themselves here in the BTL.
From top seed to top feed.
Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal, Finergy. Man. Who is your player of the game there for that last one?
Honestly, I want to say if we're going off of mental, I gotta give it to Tygoon to keep his mental together. But if we're going off of play, it's a hard toss up between Frostbite and Face to the Wind, because Face to the Wind did everything he needed as far as damage that game. It was huge. But Frostbite's positioning for, I would say, almost that entire game was so well played that I don't know if I couldn't give it to him. I mean, he was consistent through every single game. If you give it to Face to the Wind for this game, then I feel like you give it to Frostbite for the series.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I think I'll agree with you. I think we'll give it to Frostbite. You know, he was so consistent across all 3 games, even in their loss. He had a strong performance on the Aphelios. And this game on the Zeri, he really was. I mean, the Vhagar damage, or the Corky damage, excuse me, was obviously very significant as well. But Frostbite just played his limits, played the ranges so well on the Zeri. Really showed us why that was the pick here for Game 3. Showed us his mastery on the newest hypercarry champ here. Really made it look good. Yeah. We are going to get Frostbite in here for the POG interview, guys. Frostbite, welcome to the caster booth. Congratulations on your victory tonight over the top dogs, MG Element. How are you feeling? How's the squad feeling after that huge win?
We're feeling really good. It was kind of a very good win for us, because next week and for future weeks our roster is going to change a little bit just because of like scheduling with work and stuff. So us getting that win really felt really good as the 5 main squads. I have to shout out Face to the Win there. I was surprised he didn't get the MVP for that last game and for the first and for that first Zillion game. I felt like the Zillion, the first game, did so much for us. It was just such a really safe pick. I mean, it was a 19-minute game in that first game, and I really think
it was.
Like it was a really good. I thought our draft was really good. Our second game draft was a little shaky, but other than that, I thought we did really well in draft, and it just felt good to win. So
I couldn't give it to Face to the Wind solely based off of Voperto's execution in Game 1, because I don't think you guys would have had the presence that you did in Game 1 without Voperto's early. I think Face to the Wind was a good segue into the fights and had great ults, but I don't know.
I do agree. The Zillion and Olaf combo is just very deadly. Like you can't stop it. Like nothing can really get in the way of that. And with Olaf just getting that huge lead in the beginning, it's just a complete brutal stomping with a Zillion with the backup. So I do agree.
Definitely a really strong synergy there between those 2 champions. But even if you guys were like super happy with your draft there for that first game, I can't imagine that you were expecting to stomp MG Element in 19 minutes. So I have to wonder, like, or I'd like to hear from you, like, what do you think happened? Like, you did mention that you guys are actually going to be having to play with some substitutes in the coming weeks, and there actually were a couple of substitutes tonight on the side of MG Element. They had to sub in Venom and Aelin for King Annihilator and late game carry, who were not able to make it tonight. So,
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that was extremely relevant in tonight's outcome, or just kind of what do you think was really the difference maker in the expectations versus how everything played out?
So I do understand that they had to sub those players out, but I do think that their subs were up to par. They felt like really good players. We definitely noticed. I would say that the probably biggest change might have been the support, just because that synergy in the bot lane can definitely be affected.
Hmm.
However, with our draft, I can't emphasize this enough. Like that first game when we went into draft, we kind of had like an idea of what they were going to do, and it quite literally went exactly how we thought it was going to go. We thought
Wow.
they're going to go for that Jinx pit. Like as soon as we did it, we're banning the Trundle and we're banning the Zac, and we predicted that he's going to pick what was it? I can't see the champions. I don't have them up.
Oh, right. Who are you talking about in that first?
Yeah. Give me one sec. Yeah. So the Zinzao, we were looking at his match history. We predicted the Zinzao pick. We saw that Guipo was a big Cho'Gath player. Had a lot of Cho'Gath games this
Mhm,
BTL, so we
mhm.
had a good bold prediction on that. So we prepared the Mordekaiser, and the only pick that actually threw us off in that first game was the Vlad pick. But I think that the big game changer for this series was drafts, because most of the time we had a good idea. The second game actually was the only game that we were surprised by, just because of like the Fiora,
Mhm.
the Irelia mid. We were actually very surprised by that, and I do give props to MG for pulling those out. If they had their full roster, I still think that we had a pretty good chance. Obviously, it's hard to tell because they don't have the full synergies working with them, but they played very well, and I feel like their subs are very strong players. So if they ever do have an issue again, I don't think it's going to be. I think they'll be stronger.
Definitely, an interesting draft you putting out there in game two that they were able to pull out. That was definitely a good look for them. And it's great to hear also from you guys that you were supremely confident in your own draft, that you had those preparations and it really worked out in your favor. So definitely props there. But back to you, Finergy.
Yeah, honestly, and again, the main reason I want to give you Frostbite is because I'm a support main. I know what it's like to be in bot lane and to have oppression from across the map, and the fact that you had what I consider some of the best position that I've seen in a lot of the past couple games in the BTL, allowing you to actually segue into team fights in a really good way. I mean, without that, I don't know if you guys win those games.
Well, thank you, thank you. I'm looking now. I just realized that I had 2 deaths in every single game, so that's like my lowest death count this season.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You had a great series of games tonight. Absolutely. So definitely, yeah. I mean, props there, and it really seemed like the way you guys were drafting. It seemed like that was kind of the plan all along, is to like have you as the main carry, and everybody else kind of try and facilitate that and play around that with supportive picks like the Zillion, all of that front line. You on the Aphelios, classic 200 years, and then
Yeah.
the Zeri, the contemporary 200 years.
Yeah, I was
Um,
actually very nervous about the Zeri pick, just because of the nerfs that have been hitting her recently.
mm,
I don't actually think that she's the strongest champ right now, and into other AD carries, I actually think that she can struggle very much. But luckily, the double AP bot that they picked up there, the Ziggs Viger, I was very comfortable with it there, just because they don't have a tremendous amount of kill pressure on us. But I do enjoy Zeri, so the 200 years is
sure.
really popping out.
Yeah, I mean, the enjoyment I think came through in that last game. Definitely, we were really able to see that on the Rift. But let's talk. I just want to talk a little bit more about that last game. It seemed like each game was closer than the last. Like game one, obviously, was a bit of a blowout. Game two was closer, more back and forth. Obviously, it was Element eventually able to come out on top there, and then game three was very, very close for the majority of it. The gold lead going back and forth between you guys, but eventually there was that big team fight, and you guys kind of seemed like you hit like a break point. You flipped on the jet engines, and you guys kind of just like took that team fighting composition and ran it straight down into the Nexus. But I kind of want to hear from you if you feel like there was a defining moment or like a determining moment in that third game where you thought was really impactful that allowed your team to come out and finish off this win and get that upset victory?
I would say that the defining moment for that, there's two that stick out to me. That played a very crucial role. The first was in our favor is when our Corky, I think he picked up a triple or a quadra in one of the fights. I think it was beside Dragon. Which really, yeah, it was beside Dragon. I think it was our sole point. Like that was our third Drake of the game. Where our Corky just managed to just pick up very crucial kills and finally hit that that 2-item power spike, that 3-item power spike that you're always wary of Corky. And then the other one that actually stood out to me was we had a fight near the end of, I guess it was like 2/3 into the game. I actually overstepped as Zeri. I thought our Nautilus ult went off on the invisible Vayne, and it actually didn't get casted because we saw the animation, but it actually didn't trigger, and I thought it did. So I actually leached forward, and Shen ult was on the Vayne. Obviously, I didn't see it because she was invisible, but she instantly popped me, and I was like, oh shit, I just fucked up. But luckily, our Corky, our face to the wind, turned that around
same moment.
perfectly. Like as soon they were starting to push, and he instantly popped 2 of them. I when I saw that, we all jumped. We're like, holy shit, woo! Like it was actually insane. The amount of damage that Corky face to the wind was just popping out. But yeah.
Yeah, he was absolutely online at that point, and it really was a team effort. And both of you guys really were doing a lot of work in that last game for sure. Finergy, you got anything else?
No, just really clean game. It makes me happy anytime I can see teams that are like pretty much, in my opinion, not the entire underdog, but underdogs and veterans of the league take down somebody who I've never seen in the league and just really kind of put them in their place and say, hey, we've been here for a while. We're established. We're a good team. Don't sleep on us.
Well, Frostbite, I want to just get one more thought from you here. Looking forward for the last couple of weeks of regular season here, you already mentioned that you were going to have a couple of substitutes in due to scheduling conflicts, but your opponent next week is going to be Predictive Gaming. And then week 7, you're going to be going up against a DPS. So I kind of want to hear from you maybe some predictions on those couple of games. How do you think the rest of the season is going to go for you guys? And kind of what are your overall goals looking towards those playoffs?
So our overall goal, just because we did have a rough season to start, is to make playoffs. That's obviously our goal. Just to make sure that we're in that. I think it's top 6. I think it's 6 teams that are going to playoffs.
I believe so.
So that is our overall goal to reach that. So we definitely need to look to get these 2 wins in our next 2 weeks. Predictive Gaming, I mean, I would like to say that we're not scared of them, but based off our record, we seem to always lose against the teams that are considered weaker. So we'll have to see. We are going to obviously prepare as well as we can, and I'm really looking forward to the DPS game just because they are what I think ranked 2 in terms of the power rankings. So I think it will be a very, very close game. I'm hoping that our next week game will also be close. And we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing and keep practicing and looking at drafts from previous BTL games and look to analyze that.
Another giant for you to take down there in DPS in week 7. I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to that matchup after what we just watched tonight.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Frostbite, you got any shout outs for Twitch chat? Any words for the stream here?
No, I don't think so. Thanks for bringing me in, and thanks for the MVP. So.
Absolutely. Congratulations again on your victory tonight, and thank you for stopping by for the interview. Well, that is going to pretty much do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have some more BTL action for you guys tomorrow at 6 Eastern. It's going to be Team Trebuchet going up against Predictive Gaming. And then at 9 o'clock tomorrow, we are going to have Spectre going up against the Westchester Rams. So a lot more BTL to cover tomorrow night. Definitely stay tuned for that one. Finergy, you got any final thoughts on this matchup? Anything you're looking forward to tomorrow or next week?
No, I really want to see more DPS play, and I really want to see some more from Spectre as well whenever they're up, because Spectre, for me, I feel like are like a dark horse. I really like seeing them play as well, and I feel like they've kind of come into their own.
Yeah, definitely lots of exciting matchups to keep track of, guys. You don't want to miss any of it. But that's going to do it from us tonight. From myself, from the entire production team here at the BTL, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.
Smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what